You're off to a good start here, Gavin. You have used same size elements in each individual solution. In each solution you've used the same colors, so that's all right on. You started to lay them out in rectangular on a rectangular format, which is what we really need. It's also important to include all sides of the rectangle. I know that they're implied here, but the way that elements interact with the sides and the corners is really pretty important, and it gets lost when it's not there. So this one here might be a great solution, but because it just kind of trails off here, it's really hard to tell what's going on. In this first grouping here, or these two sets of the first solution, each solution is to have one group dominant over another group. So obviously the dominant should be obvious. Make one group visually dominant, the other group subdominant to that visually dominant group. So if you could get one in a very dominant place, one grouping in a very dominant place, the other grouping in a not dominant place. That's how this should play out. So two solutions like that. A second one, the single element should be the most important thing on the page. Here I would argue that this larger group in the upper left-hand corner is probably the most important thing on the page, and the single element might be the least important one on the page because it's at the bottom. So think of ways to get that single element to be the most important thing on the page, most visually dominant. And here you've got the equal solutions, which is just, these are just fine. The top and bottom is mostly for people that do it by hand to ensure that I'm looking at them in the right way. So if you scan something in, quite often they're posted upside down or sideways, and I can't tell what they're trying to do here. So labeling top and bottom is important when submitting hand-done work, but on these here it doesn't have anything to play with how the layouts are done. Okay, so if you could revise these and post your revisions, that would be fantastic.